picturesque Provo, Utah, LaBelle Edwards Stadium. A Week 1 showdown between two teams hoping to get things started on a great note. It's the Clemson Tigers and the BYU Cougars. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Thank you, guys. I have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. He understands what a challenge this is. Number one, the stadium is one of the best in college football. Every time you step foot in this crowd, in this stadium, you have to be at your best from a communication standpoint. This top 25 team will be a challenge, and he understands his guys have their backs against the wall. They have to communicate and be effective at the line of scrimmage. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Tigers kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30.
Man, as a coaching staff, you tell your team all week, let's start fast, let's start fast. Unbelievable kick return. You want to start fast? Return a kickoff back, set your offense up for golden field position right out the gates.
Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. He's got his man, makes the grab. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, BYU! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And you just cannot draw up the start of a season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year, and quick fire. You're down the field, scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Just like we expected, this home crowd getting involved right from the start. Wants to throw on first down. He's going for the big play. He's got it down the right side. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it first and 10 from the 28. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. On the option, but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Touchdown, Clemson. A great catch and run for 6. Lining up for the point after and the lead. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds. An excellent field position for this offense. Looking for room. It's Martin. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. We got a tight one early, and they go back on the attack, holding a 7-6 lead. Running inside, it's Johnson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. This has been a staple of the offense at Clemson. Get those big receivers, let them make plays downfield, and it's been very effective over the years.
Yeah, and good quarterback play obviously helps, but when you got good matchups on the outside, it kind of makes the defense very predictable. Like, I got to give help. Okay, it helps my running game. You don't give help. Okay, I'm throwing to my freak out wide. So I think these guys on the outside with all that speed definitely are a problem for defenses.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Runs through a tackle. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Catch in the middle, it's Davidson. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Scanning the field, it's Denson. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Clemson! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Escapes the pressure going right. He's got the tight end. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. So it's now 1st and 20 after that holding call. The run inside. It's Martin. Maybe some room here. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
To the air, it's Denson. Dumps it to the back. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Lets it fly. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Makes it past the marker. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure coming. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. The Cougars have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
I like the aggressiveness by this offense. The defense is probably thinking run, right? They want to get a new set of downs, get a 1st down. They choose to be aggressive, but they don't protect their quarterback. And now the defense has flipped the script. Now they got a 3rd down situation where they know they're passing and they can get after the quarterback.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And we got our first break of the game, right? First break of serve. You've seen 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. And finally, the defense makes a play in this football game, forcing the 4th down, now getting the ball back to your offense, and hopefully they can stay hot.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He can get this one up in the wind. It ought to carry for a while. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Give to the running back. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Back to pass, it's Denson. Fires to the middle. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
Quick release on the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. And this time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Grabbed on the right side, that's Wesco. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. To throw, it's Denson. Plucks it out of the air. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to throw again. Pocket breaking down. Avoids the pressure and gets away. He'll be wrestled out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They'll try to get it through the air. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback making checks. To the air. It's Bachmeier. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it down the left. He's at the 10. Touchdown, BYU. Once he got some room, it was over.
He's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
The snap sets up the throw. He's into the end zone. Two-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He unleashes a long one. They went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Denson. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started off on the right foot in this football game. Looks like they're still searching for answers, for something that they can get some momentum going.
Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. This feels like 4 down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. He wants to change this route. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
There's some room. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Throws to the tight end. With the catch, it's Lyons. Touchdown, Cougar! Better fasten those seatbelts. These offenses are cruising.
Great job through the air for this offense. 2-minute situation, executing at the end of the half to go take the lead and take the momentum into halftime.
Looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. On the move from inside his 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. The keeper on the option. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They're looking to throw on second and short. Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration.
You know, sometimes wide receivers are so eager to get upfield once they have the ball. They take their eyes away. You really got to do a good job of looking it in and securing the catch.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Catch is made at the 15. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw. It's Bachmeier. He lost one down the sideline. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Running free. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Cougars.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Getting aggressive here and going for two. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with Florida Atlantic taking on the number 25 team, the Florida Gators. And it's the Owls sneaking out of here with an upset victory, and have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season.
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Looking for a man. It's Denson. Finds his man. It's Davidson. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Snagged out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Finds his man. It's a six. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Extra point here will give them the lead. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. On the run, it's Martin. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together.
Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Unloads it left. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down. Is still on his feet. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Wow, well, the offense a play ago comes up with a big completion down the field, and they decide to go right back to another passing play to see if they can add on to it, and they were not able to protect the quarterback. Big missed opportunity.
To the air on second down. Escapes the pressure to his right. He's got his man. Brings into the open. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Cougars go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Running the red zone. It's Martin. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Going for two here to try to make the lead 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. He's looking to pass. Throws for the tight end. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Makes a move. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Got enough for the first. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defense.
Got it down the field. Touchdown, Tigers. And you can smell that upset brewing as the confidence grows as they have taken the lead. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Well, there was a golden opportunity for the offense to come away with 2 points there, but he dropped it in the end zone. That's a catch you have to make.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
This guy just oozes toughness when he runs, bangs his way to the 20.
You'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to pass. It's Bachmeier. Shoots it to the left. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
And they've been scoring a lot of points.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Looking left. Makes the catch. It's Phillips. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
BYU has this offense clicking. Handoff to the lone back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Well, after they struggled running the ball in the first half, you just wonder if this coaching staff made some adjustments at halftime and just said, look, we've got to get more physical and we've got to own the line of scrimmage. After that successful run, they got to keep doing this here in the second half.
Looking for the score. Touchdown, BYU. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Right on the money. There he goes. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
He's got it. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw, it's Denson. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down. And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're...
First down here as we dive into the college football season, a Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes a catch. Touchdown, Tigers. And they've moved out front here on the 4th. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Might be changing the route. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Using his legs to buy some time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This quarterback, man, is scary fast. I think sometimes he's too fast. I think on a play like that, sometimes when you're on the run, you just want to sort of settle yourself a little bit, get your feet under you so you can make a more accurate throw.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Throws to the back. Catch in the middle. It's Martin.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's Bachmeier. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And a lot of times in football, man, the short memory, we usually talk about the quarterback. But sometimes it's the running back who puts it on the deck. Sometimes it's your playmaker out wide who puts the ball on the deck. But that doesn't mean...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Hauls it in. And he's knocked down.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Going to try to get it himself. Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
The offense changing the play. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that 4th down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big...
Makes the catch, and he's free. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
He wants to take the top off. Leaping grab for a big gain. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. As Holly mentioned earlier, this crowd trying to give its defense some energy in a clutch spot. In the red area, it's Johnson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Touchdown, Clemson! Fired in from the red zone for the score. His third touchdown of this game and his third on the season.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Got a man. It's Lyons. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
When you got a QB with this kind of arm talent, receivers with this kind of speed, they are going to be difficult to stop. They have been up and down the field. They've almost got 450 passing yards now.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The Cougars are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to power their way ahead. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
He might want another play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
They'll move the wide receiver. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Turning it on. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. BYU with the 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Steps away. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive.
Might have a chance. He just broke the century mark. 100 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. BYU trying to make this red zone trip pay off. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Got his man. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left.
And those plays are never going to be on the highlight tapes. But, man, you love a QB that on 3rd down can understand spacing, can understand how to check the football down, let their running back do the rest, get the 1st down, move the sticks, so then you can make the big play later on in this drive.
Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for the end zone. And he steps in just in the nick of time to get the touchdown they need. And now they need to cap it with a 2.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And guys, as big as that touchdown was, they have to try to pay it off with a 2-point try to tie the game. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. They need this 2-point conversion to tie, and we might get a little free football out of this if they do. It's complete to the right. He will get there for the 2-point conversion, and we have a tie game in the waning seconds. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Denson. Looking for a huge play. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And with that turnover, time has expired here in the 4th quarter. But there is more football ahead. Overtime is coming. But guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe 1 possession each. Who's the better team?
First play of the first possession of OT. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. It's complete on the right side. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it and still on his feet. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Rushes on him, and they got him.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
I love the way this defense is fighting down here close to their own goal line, right? They get a sack on the first play. Great coverage on the second one, knocking it away. Here comes a huge third down. Can they do it again? Can they come up with another big one?
Third and goal, and you really hate to settle for a field goal with the first possession in an overtime period. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
After that incompletion, because you're down in the red zone setting up fourth and long, you'd imagine they would jog the field goal unit out here, but we've seen offenses stay aggressive. If they believe in their playmakers and they want to score touchdowns, you might see this offense go for it.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Might be calling a hot route. Wants to fire on second down. Stepping to the right. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They want to throw it. Let's it fly. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.